Let's look at how we configure a simple integration. In this example, our company wants to implement the procurement module in Oracle ERP Cloud. So we're going to build an integration that will run when a purchase order is created in ERP. The integration will receive the purchase order information from ERP and then pass it to a destination system that uses the same information. To build this integration, we need to configure three things: the connection to ERP Cloud, a connection to the destination system, and then the integration itself. Connections define how to connect to a system, but not what to do once you're connected. That part's configured in the integration. So to connect to ERP Cloud, we need to provide a host URL and security credentials to log into the system. The connection to our destination system uses a REST call. And again, we provide a URL and security credentials. Now that the connections are configured, we can create the integration. We start by selecting a style. We want our integration to be triggered by an event in ERP Cloud. So we select the app-driven integration pattern. First, we give the integration a name and assign a short description. Next, we configure the trigger or source endpoint. Remember, the connection describes how to connect, but not what to do. It's this configuration of the endpoint that describes the what. Configuring any endpoint requires an understanding of the behavior and the capabilities of the connected system. Now, in our case, ERP Cloud can raise different kinds of business events. So we select to receive those events, and then we get more specific by selecting we want to see the purchase order event. Then we get even more specific. We use an XPath expression as a filter. So we're going to receive only certain purchase order events. This is a one-way transaction, so we don't need to define a response. With that, we're done configuring the trigger. To configure the target endpoint, we select our connection to the destination system. This is a REST call, so we provide the relative resource URL and specify the action to perform. This is going to be a request-response interaction, so we have payloads moving both directions. So we describe the request payload by just providing a JSON sample that conforms to that format. And then we provide a different sample to describe the response format. Now that we've described the interactions with the source and target systems and the data formats, we need to map the data between the systems. To do that, we use the mapper to associate fields from the incoming message with fields in the outgoing. To finalize the integration, we define business identifiers on payload fields. These identifiers let us track messages in the monitoring pages at runtime. In our example, we select three identifiers: the order number, the purchase order header ID, and the item descriptor. And with that, we're done configuring our integration. Once we activate it, it's ready to use.